Guess what? I'm proud of you. Yes, you. I'm proud of you. The guy that's frustrated, overwhelmed, stressed, maybe a little underloved, unappreciated. Yes, you. I'm proud of you because you're hearing this message, which tells me you're searching. What are you searching for? What are all of us searching for? Are we searching for meaning? Are we searching for the answers to our problems? I could tell you a lot of years that went by. I wasn't searching for shit, man. Well, actually, I was searching for... That's a lie. I wasn't searching for answers. I was searching for relief. Relief from what? The pain. The pain. The emotional pain. The things I couldn't explain. I didn't know what the words were. I just had anguish. There was heaviness. There was sadness. There was anger. There was frustration. Right? All directed towards myself. All directed towards myself. Do you relate to that? Are you real hard on yourself? Are you someone that's wanting a breakthrough, searching for some kind of solutions, but you just can't figure it out? Well, I was that same way. I wanted to figure it all out in my head. And unfortunately, I was programmed to always be thinking of the worst case scenario. Right? What's the worst thing that could happen? I better be prepared for that. Do you know that that's a trauma response? When you're sitting there saying, man, what's the worst case? What's the worst thing that could happen? I better be ready for that. And the more you think about that, the more you put energy to that, especially when some things are starting to go good. We self-sabotage. There's that upper limit. I've talked about it before. A lot of people, because of your current state, that when things actually start to go your way, you feel so uncomfortable. It feels so, it's like an imposter syndrome, that it's like you got to go back down to where you came from. You got to get back to what you're used to and comfortable with. I mean, that's literally trauma response. And it's sad how many people are plagued with that. How many people are literally this close to breaking through, and then they self-sabotage. We do it in relationships. We do it at workplaces. We do it even just when, you do get some money, and it's like before you know it, it's gone. We can't get it to stick to us. We get some money, we feel a sense of relief, and before you know it, poof, it's gone. Where did it all go? Where did it all go? And I think the time is now for us to start really investing in figuring these things out about ourselves. Getting honest with ourselves. Lowering the standard of expectation. It's raising the standard of who we are or what we're capable of, but lowering the standard of what we need to do to prove ourselves to ourselves and to the people around us. None of that matters. Setting low bars. There's a book called Atomic Habits. If you haven't listened to it, right now is a really good time if you're trying to switch up some of your patterns and some of your beliefs, and certainly some of your habits. And in there, the author talks about needing to set the bar really low, ridiculously low, right? If you're someone that struggles with your nutrition and what you're eating, man, you're not going to just go cold turkey and eating a whole new regimen of food. That you're going to struggle. And the chances are, if you're struggling and suffering, there's a good chance you're going to relapse. There's a good chance you're going to give up along the way. When was the last time you gave up? It's happened, hasn't it? Where you started something new, and before you know it, you went too extreme, and you said, fuck it, man. Who cares? I'm just going to give up. I'm going to throw in the towel. You've done it. I know you have. I've done it. I've done it lots of times. I used to struggle with having that stick-to-itness, seeing things through to the end, right? Really sticking with it, following through, getting past those pain points, which we all have. We all have those pain points of like, man, this new thing is so uncomfortable, right? Eating and allowing your taste buds, your cravings to evolve. And that's a major thing. I went through a complete, I'm talking night and day transformation of my nutrition, not a diet. Diets don't work. If they did, you try it once and you're good. Why? How come you got to keep trying it? It shouldn't be that way. The thing that most people need to do is what I did, which was saying, I want to feel healthier. I am kind of done being stubborn and fighting with the knowledge that's out there, which is nutrition is 80% of your health, right? If you're overweight, you literally don't have to start going to the gym and hammering it out. You have to look at your diet. You have to look at what you're eating, your nutrition. I don't even like diet. It's nutrition. Look at your nutrition. And you already know it. You already know that you could be eating better, eating different, eating healthier. But that takes what? Like, the magic to all of this is an openness to try new things. And to give yourself permission to like new things. To get past food being like your number one pleasure in life. If you're struggling with being overweight and you'd like to kind of get a little more pep in your step and drop some pounds, right? It's all nutrition. It's 80% nutrition. And I can tell you that it's not a secret. If you're carrying around extra weight, it's because you're overeating. You're eating too many calories than what your body is burning. So certainly if you start adding some regular cardiovascular exercise to your weekly routine, even monthly routine, that's going to help. But I'm someone along this healing journey, along my spiritual awakening, that I went night and day. I went from like total carnivore, right? I love to cook, but I'm talking tacos and burritos and, big old country breakfasts, burgers and steaks and ribs and, and my nutritionist used to say, you got to switch, man. You can't keep eating like this. And when I did switch, I went vegan. And everybody that knows me is like, what, dude, you're vegan, man? Get the hell out of here with that. But I'll tell you what, by switching that to that nutrition, I went back to optimal. I literally went to optimal. I got the blood work to show it. I got the test to show that I went from pre-diabetic, I thought I was going to die in my sleep, to like, over the course of less than a year, about 6 months, I went to optimal. And then I added exercise. I started feeling more youthful and younger. And I can tell you, I'm not preaching any kind of a diet right now. I'm not preaching, hey, dude, you got to be a vegan or whatever. I've actually started eating some meat again. And this goes to show you it's not that vegan was bad for me. I just believe that I am so open to continuously trying to ratchet down the most optimal meal plan for me, because I want to stay fit for life. I do want to be that guy that's still active and climbing up big mountains in my 70s and going to the gym in my 80s. Like, I want to be that guy. When I tell you, hey, you get an opportunity from this point forward to write how your story ends, my story ends that way. And part of the process is for you to open yourself up to make adjustments, to make the necessary adjustments. And I'm in my mid-40s, and I can tell you when it comes to nutrition, I literally have to make adjustments every season. I can't just keep eating whatever the hell I'm craving, right? And it's quick. You know, you can sabotage your physique by not being able to control the cravings. Cravings are actually a good thing. Most of us, it's like we got to give into every single craving that pops up, right? And a lot of times that's because we've created that pattern. And most people, we're so unhealthy. People in general nowadays, modern people, we're eating more than probably like 3 people used to eat 100 years ago. That's facts, right? I think we literally eat, the average person, especially Western, you're probably eating the equivalent of what 3 people used to eat every day back 100 years ago. And that's why you didn't see a lot of obesity. Obesity used to be a sign of wealth, right? Because they obviously could, indulge a lot more. And yet, obviously that's not healthy. Carrying around all that visceral fat, it's not healthy. It doesn't feel good. And I know that. That's why I'm so locked in to never going back. Because I don't want to feel like that. I was talking to a buddy yesterday that's let it go, and I was trying to motivate him, and he wasn't hearing it because he's depressed. He's sad. But he's like, man, I'm round right now. He's like, and I hate how I feel. He's like, if I move or run or anything, I could feel all that fat jiggling, and because he likes to run, and it's like, man, I know that feeling. That's no bueno. And yet, you have full control over this thing. And I don't mean to just harp on just the nutrition. I mean, what about if it, isn't it all based on your mental state of being, right? If you are depressed, even undiagnosed, if you're just kind of sad and unmotivated, right? Not having any kind of hunger or drive about anything in life, you're depressed. There's probably a pretty good chance you're depressed. And there's probably a pretty good chance you know why. The question I have for you is, are you open to getting beyond it? Depression is the 3rd stage of grief. So there's something that you're really sad about. There's something you're grieving. There's a loss that's happened. And I believe most people are grieving something. I know that I still have some grief. I grieve, a lot of things like failed relationships. I grieve the fact that when my business collapsed in 08, 09, man, and this whole dream I had, I still have some grief over that, but I've moved on. I've healed it. I've processed it. I've accepted it. And I no longer allow it to have power over me. And what I've realized is that loss is something that's definitely at play right now, setting me up for greater success. Having that experience, understanding that does happen. It's a part of the process, and just saying, yeah, I can handle it. I can move forward. So can you. And sometimes we can't do it by ourselves. Sometimes we can't just figure it all out in our head. That's why we need help. That's why we need, either peer support, someone like myself, or professional help, or both. The more people that you have in your corner that are not attached to you, I keep saying this is such an important part of this whole entire self-discovery, self-improvement, self-mastery process, right? The spiritual awakening is a lot of times we do confide in people, and there's just too many emotions and connections that a lot of times people are, you got to figure everyone's dealing with their own shit. And so when you come to them with your shit, usually they don't have the capacity to truly work it with you. So a lot of times you'll just kind of get that pat on the shoulder and, hey man, you're gonna be all right. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. Like, you're doing good. And it's like, you're not doing good. You're not doing good. You're wasting away. And if you're hearing this message, this is an opportunity for you to take action, to like seek help. Reach out to me, Greg at resultskillexcuses.com. Right? I'm a real guy with some sincere intentions on helping alleviate the human suffering on this planet, one person at a time. I don't care if you're a guy or a gal or whoever. If you're someone that is willing to take extreme ownership of your life, put in the work, invest in yourself, right? I'll make myself available to help you come up with a strategy and potentially even more if that's something you desire. To have the greatest accountability partner in your corner, holding your ass accountable, lighting that fire and saying, let's go, right? Say what you mean what you say. Don't believe everything you think. Most of us, you shouldn't believe anything you're thinking right now, especially if it's the critic that's just beating your ass up and down the block every single week, day in and day out, man. You're not good enough. You're a failure. You're a loser. You're a slob. You're a fucking loser. Man, you're none of that. You are not that. And it's not until you check it and then you start to write down your true identity. You get it out of your head. You put pen to paper, right? And this is stuff that you can do on the Results Kill Excuses app, right? 25 lessons packed into 5 courses that I designed. I call them the first 5 courses for a reason. Just like they say the most impressionable years of a human's life is the first 5 years. And then I extended the first 10 years is when you program all this limiting beliefs and all the trauma and everything that plays itself out for the rest of your life happens in those first 10 years. But the first 5 courses are specifically designed for you to look in the mirror and start doing some soul searching and allow yourself to actually redefine who you are. You got to realize who you are now, and you got to be able to say, I want to improve this. And you have the power. Did you know you have the power? Did you know that you have the power to write the ending of your story from this point forward? If you feel like you've been just chalking up nothing but losses, nothing ever goes your way, you can't ever catch a break, I get that. I've been there, right? Life is a challenge. It's not just a challenge for you. It's going to be a challenge even when you do all the work. Challenges are going to keep showing up. But the cool thing is that when you are investing in you will get better, guaranteed return on your investment. That your quality of life is going to get better, your self-confidence is going to improve, your image of self is going to improve, right? And in that, you're able to face any challenges that come your way to where you get to BAMF warrior mode, which is like, come on, I don't care how big the challenge is, bring it, I'm going to face it. And what's so crazy is that a lot of times these challenges that confront us, they trigger old wounds, worthiness wounds, scarcity wounds, success wounds, right? Failure wounds, heartbreak wounds. They really trigger us to where what's crazy is if you actually face it down and start to move, something that feels like so like overwhelming, it starts to fall into place and then everything lines up. Mark my words. Play this back as a receipt that when you actually start to face as the most courageous, superhuman version of you, the challenges, the problems, with a positive attitude saying this is going to work out better than I could ever imagine. This thing that I thought was going to crush me, I'm going to go crush with love and positivity and really just believing. It's like everything lines up. I just experienced it again this week. I was so overwhelmed by all this paperwork and this overreach of government, and I was like, I was ready to just tap out. And then my therapist gave me that reframe: is you don't have to do this, bro. You get to. Do you not realize how valuable that is? That you get to face these challenges. You get to have this human experience. And as I started moving forward, as I started to put the pen to paper and start filling out all these forms and going places, everything is lined up now. It's like, oh, wait, I'm already almost done. And I was so fucking frozen and kind of hesitant and avoidant. What are you avoiding right now? Ask yourself, what are you avoiding? And the real question is why? Why are you avoiding stuff? What are you afraid of? These are the conversations that you need to have with yourself, but certainly you could have with someone like me in confidentiality. And if you don't have the confidence yet, right, I'm going to lend you some of mine. I have an abundance, if you haven't noticed. And we're going to help you to get through whatever challenge you need to get through so that you can truly start to build your own confidence. But we're going to set the bar really low. We're not going to say, I want to get in shape and if you tell yourself 7 days a week, I'm going to go to the gym every day. If you miss one day, it's over. It's over. You lost all the confidence. But you say, I'm going to go one time for 5 minutes. If you go one time for 10 minutes, boom, there's more self-confidence, right? And then the next week, if you say, I'm going to go 2 times for 10 minutes, and then you go 2 times for 20, boom, there's more self-confidence. And then it's like, oh man, why has this got to take so long? Man, if y'all know this, time flies. I just had a conversation with a homie yesterday about his dad turning 81, and I literally remember his 60th birthday. And I'm like, dude, where in the heck did that 21 years go? Holy smokes. So the thing is you got to get started. If you're still having to negotiate, a secret about the negotiation, if you're trying to bargain with yourself and negotiate, well, I don't know, maybe, pluses and minuses and trying to figure this shit out, you're in grief. That's stage 2. Denial, bargaining, depression, anger. Which one of those are you in? Because you're not in acceptance. If you're in acceptance, then you're doing it. You're putting in the work, right? You ain't got a whole lot of excuses other than saying, you know what, bad day or whatever, but it's like, put in the work. Body in motion stays in motion. When you start to do things, things will start to turn out in your favor. You will get punched in the face, though. You're going to get punched in the face. Yes. And that's a good thing, because you have to be able to confirm to yourself, to God, that you mean business this time. That this time, when you get knocked down, you're going to get back up, you're going to dust yourself off, and you're going to keep going. You're not going to quit. You're not going to tap. You're not going to stop until you get to the other side, till you get through it. And I'm here to coach you. I'm here to mentor you. I'm here to inspire you. And I'm here to believe in you. But will you believe in yourself? I told you, I'm proud of you. I really am genuinely proud of everyone that's been listening to this message, everyone that's been sharing their stories, opening up parts of their life. I think it's incredible to me. I think it's a huge deal. It tells me that, wow, the timing is just right. Men are finally ready. We can own this space. We can own this time. We can do this together. And that's the most beautiful thing, as I just saw 444, right? Which is about foundation and stability, right? We can do this together. You don't have to do it alone. You have to do the work. I keep saying that, but you don't have to do it alone. So join me, join a growing number of men and women, right? There's a lot of people, but in this particular case, right, my story resonates with a lot of men. And there's a lot of beautiful women. There's a lot of handsome guys that are coming into this space. And what's incredible is you're chosen. Do you realize that? Do you realize that you're chosen? Chosen for what? What did I get chosen for? You didn't find this message by accident. You're chosen to do something pretty incredible that you have yet to realize. I didn't realize that that all of my misery, all of my suffering, all that hardship, all that pain would get me to this place where I'm giving back globally. No. My ambitions were a little more localized. But people had always seen a gift on me. And I guarantee you people have seen a gift on you, because like attracts like. And I keep telling you that what you see in me, what you hear in this message that's kind of keeps getting you coming back for more, it's because it's inside of you. It's in you. And there is a gift for you to cultivate, for you to nurture, for you to develop, and then for you to eventually share with others. And it's going to be a beautiful thing when you get to that place. I'm going to want to cheer for you every single day along your path. And so I just want to thank everybody that's been showing up, everybody that's investing in themselves. Invest in yourself. Keep investing in yourself, right? Don't worry about what crypto's doing. Don't worry about what millionaires are doing, running up and down football fields and basketball courts and whatever other activities they're doing. If you start investing in you, you're going to find some real success. And then if you want to, put your time into observing other people doing all that shit, then fine. But let's get you dialed in. Let's get you dialed in mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially. Let's be the total version of yourself. Let's be the greatest version of yourself. The time is now. There's really nothing to be afraid of. I wish that when I started this 12 years ago, this shit wasn't there. There wasn't motherfuckers talking about how to heal emotions, how to connect with that inner child, how to heal those wounds, how to truly come together. Guys saying, hey man, reach out to me. I didn't have that. It was still suck it the fuck up culture. And it still is in many ways. But we're overcoming that. We're transcending that little by little each and every day. More and more men are saying, man, that doesn't work. Right? My heart's broken. Let me go hook up with a bunch of more chicks. I still feel like fucking shit. What the fuck? This is the solution to your problems. What is this? You investing in you. Not you investing in me, you investing in you. You have all the answers to your problems right there if you go look in the mirror. You have everything that you need to succeed. You don't need anything from me. You have everything that you need to succeed right now. You don't need money to succeed. You don't need a chick. You don't need a lover for you to be successful. You don't need to have your dream car, your dream home. You need you to believe in you, because the process is first you must be, then you must do, and then you will receive. Be what? Be the best version of yourself. And then you start operating from that place each and every day, 1% better every single day. That's the mantra. That's the way of life. 1% better every single day. That's not overwhelming. That is not overwhelming. And you're capable of doing it. I know your time is now. I love you guys. If you haven't yet, smash that subscribe button. Please share the message. It's like a drop of water hitting a pond. The ripple, right? There's someone that you can touch with this message. There's someone that's waiting for you to have your message. You're going to change someone's life. Start with your own. I love you guys. You know the drill. Results kill excuses, because if it was easy, it wouldn't be worth it. Greg's out.